Hey guys, Dev here. So today I've got an awesome little video for you on warrior gameplay. So this is for the Nightbane encounter inside Kara. And essentially what we're looking to do is clean up the R phase and make it really easy for your healers. There's a little trick you can use. We're going to go over it today. I'm going to show you it. So I did hit level 70 on my warrior and been playing a little bit more warrior on stream over on Twitch. So if you haven't done already, there's a link in the description. Come over, give us a follow. Come drop in, say hello when I'm live. Streaming all the normal paladin gameplay, but doing a little bit of warrior on the side, so nice little change. So let's jump into the clip and I'll show you what this is all about. So this is the Kara run. So we are 9-manning at this point. Originally I was the off tank, but the paladin was really struggling here to get his holy shield up before Nightbane landed. He kept getting crushed. He got one shot a bunch, so they're like, Brave, can you take over? Brave's the name of my warrior. Yep, sure, no worries. Really undergeared, to be fair, for tanking Nightbane. Using a level 68 shield, pro 63 shoulders. But you know how it is. Sometimes you just got to get it done. So interface also really scuffed. Haven't really sat down and worked on my warrior yet. So main tanking Nightbane. This works as either a natural tanking warrior or a DPS warrior. So what we're looking to have is when Nightbane takes off for Earth phase, it's super important that you're in defensive stance, you have a full rage bar, and you do not have salvation. So if you're a DPS warrior, I highly recommend taking Kings or even Might for this encounter. King's preferable because it's extra health pool for when you're taking the debuff. So one of Nightbane's abilities is when he's in Earth phase, he's going to reset threat, then he's going to throw a magic debuff out on the highest threat target, and he's going to do physical damage based on how many stacks he has of that debuff on that person. So the idea is we want to use either Commanding Shout or Battle Shout, whichever you're tasked to out-threat the healers. So putting Salvation on the healers does make a gigantic difference. If your Paladin is good, he can actually have Wisdom on the healers for ground phase, and then when Nightbane takes off, he can put Salvation on them. So the Salvation is just going to make it a lot easier for the healers to stay below you on threat. They don't really have control over their own threat. They need to heal what they need to heal to stop people dying. So Salvation does really help. Okay, so into Earth phase, we're going to come and stack up for the skeletons to start dropping. As soon as skeletons drop, we're going to move away from them. And what I'm doing here is I'm watching the threat meter here. As soon as I see these threat values go to 0, there it is. I'm going to start shouting. So shouting and running out with the group. So we have that early frost trap down. And we also have a frost mage in this group. So it's just keeping spamming shouts. And as you can see there, when I left Nightbane, I was the highest threat, 2.7k threat. The magic debuffs you can see on my raid frames on the left here starting to come out. And they're all hitting me. So because this does physical damage, being a warrior in plague gear with a shield on makes a huge difference. If you're learning this encounter and you're doing this as a DPS warrior, highly recommend shield swap macro. So Ano heals did pull ahead of me in their own threat, but for the most part, most of those were coming out for me. If I was a DPS warrior as well, and I didn't have to tank the ads, it would be a lot easier to stay above. And same goes also for if I had 5 people in the party, that's going to be more threat because my buff is hitting more people. So let's jump forward. Let's take a look at one more Earth phase here. Okay, so running up, stacking, we've just had another Earth phase. Again, watching the threat meter, looking for that threat reset. There it is, start spamming, running out. So 1.6k threat, 2.1. So I've got a good lead there, 2.6, 3.2. Okay, now I have to switch off. Obviously, I've got a little bit of work to do on the ads. Okay, and just working as hard as I can there on the battle shouts. Stay ahead. You see the debuffs coming out. Most of them coming onto Brave. So the healers just not having to get trucked themselves and being able to just focus on healing means that we do a really clean Earth phase. Only 9 men. This is a pug. This is not a guild run. A few people from the same guild, but this is just a random run I jumped into. So yeah, hope that helps, guys. Give this a go in your own runs. Let me know if it cleans up your Nightbane. Send it to any warriors that might be trying this. The important things to note is ensure that you do not have salvation. Ensure that you're in battle stance when you start pulling rage. Make sure the healers have the salvation. And don't start shouting until you see the threat drop away from Nightbane, otherwise you'll be out of rage. If you are trying this and you do run out of rage as a DPS warrior, the trick is to let the debuff tick one time on you, and if you do that, you'll take some damage, you'll get some more rage, and a much easier time. So if your healers are dispelling too fast, you can rage starve on this, but other than that, super easy. So that's it for today, guys. If you do want to come and follow me on Twitch, that'd be super awesome. Look forward to seeing you all there, and I'll see you in the next one.